Hey, it's Jeff Arnold here with 4Spot Consulting with another 5 Minute Friday. I just wanted to announce to everybody that we have officially launched. We have our SHRM Recertification Provider certification. So we are now able to provide you with some of those very important PDCs that you need in order to keep your certification. So as you know, you need 60 PDCs every 3 years to keep your SHRM-CP or SHRM-SCP certifications. And so now we give you the opportunity to do that. A couple ways that you're able to do that with us, just so you know. We have launched the Automated Recruiter Academy. Now, this is based on my #1 best-selling book, The Automated Recruiter, and it is going to walk you through 8 different sections. It's a self-paced course that we have online, and it covers everything talking about automation and AI inside of the HR space. So it's designed to be a really solid overview of exactly what all is going on, the difference between automation and AI, right? A lot of people get those things confused. So it talks about the difference between those things and then how you can apply this inside of your HR business. So quick overview of what's inside of that academy is the overall landscape of automation and AI inside of the HR space. Mapping manual work. So inside of our process, we talk about OpsMap, and OpsMap is really our internal audit. So it's going to give you documents that you need. It has sheets that you can use. We have one-pagers that I'll link to here below that you can use that one-pager to walk through every single job that you have in your department or in your company. And you can actually document the information. And then from that, you can actually determine what your actual waste is in terms of human capital that you have that is being wasted on digital manual labor. We have some information about how to select the right tools that are out there in the industry, and that's an unbiased look. We have zero, horse in the game, dog in the fight, whatever you want to say. We don't have any preference as to one system or the other. So our goal is to just give you unbiased information on what you need to look at whenever you're looking to get some software inside of the HR space. We have a process that talks about designing the workflows. So giving you some overview on like how the automations work in terms of things you need to consider and things you need to think about as you're working on designing your workflows. We have information on safeguards because if you just start throwing AI and automation at a bad process or you don't have safeguards, you can do a lot of damage. So we have information in there about the safeguards you need to have in place to make sure that you're not going to, automate a bad process, because if you automate or throw AI at a bad process, you're going to end up with lots of bad content. And then we have a section in there talking about measuring the time that you saved and your ROI. So that's obviously the main thing a lot of people are looking for. And then also we're looking at, as the final section in there, is building an automation roadmap that scales. So making sure that as you talk about what you want to work on automating and streamlining and putting in place, you understand how that's going to be scalable. Talking about things in some insight into the way I do it is basically think in the term of variables, right? So if you're going to build an automation that you want to reuse for, maybe you run different events, you could reuse that automation for every event that you do. You'd use variables inside of there instead of hard coding the name of the actual event. So it gives you some insight into that so that you can think of the best way to work on crafting that. So again, that's the Automated Recruiter Academy. We're going to have a link down below for that. Would love to have you in there. Would love to get your feedback on that. That will get you 7.5 of your PDCs. Then we also have the me being live, helping out. So if you have any events where you're looking for somebody to bring this idea of how to structure your automations, how to structure your processes, we have the OpsMap Live, which is going to be a 60 to 90 minute interactive working session where I'm leading the session of a group of people. Typically, we cap that at 30 to 50 people, and it's going to be a hands-on type scenario. And you're going to actually walk out of that event with 3 to 5 different automation opportunities already identified. That's going to be good for 1.5 PDCs. And then we also have the Automated Recruiter Intensive, and that is going to be a deeper workshop format that we're going to do. It's about 4 hours long, so it's going to be 4 PDCs, and that is a very hands-on process. So that is me, again, with a small group that's going to be working. Typically, we're doing this before or after a keynote that I'm working on. The keynote is not an hour long, therefore there are no PDCs for that. But at the events that I am going to be speaking at, you can get PDCs through the event itself. But the Automated Recruiter Intensive is going to be a deep workshop format. It's 4 hours long. It's a hands-on process, good for 4 PDCs, and usually that's like an add-on to the keynote that we have going on. So basically, at the end, what I'm going to say is, I'm available, right? So I'm available to come as a keynote speaker. I'm available for these side projects, if you want to add on before or after the actual event. It's really a good way. At the different events that we do, I actually bring in, I have a 74-page workbook that I think I've introduced in the past. I bring that workbook, everybody gets a copy of it, and we really dig in and roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, and dig into your operations and really flush out where you can have some great savings there. So anyway, SHRM certified as a provider. I do need to read this verbatim. It is the law for SHRM. 4-Spot Consulting is recognized by SHRM to offer professional development credits, PDCs, for SHRM-CP or SHRM-SCP recertification activities. So if you have any information or any questions about this, please reach out to me. I'm really looking forward to getting this stuff in the hands of HR practitioners so that you guys can really understand how automation and AI can absolutely transform your business. We typically are saving our people 25 to 30% of their day by working on implementing this. So looking forward to hearing from you. Take care.